Raw from Belgium. Early show. 3 p.m. here in Canada. Good show, though. Couple good talking points, though. We're going to talk about the big stuff between Mr. Cena and Mr. Cody. Right? Before we get to that, though, I'm Andrew. That's Doug. This is Raw with a bit of other things sprinkled in there. It's DA Wrestling. Let's get on today's show. Obviously, we're talking Cena and Cody. We're going to talk the contract situation between EO, Bianca Belair, and Rhea Ripley. Yeah, that's a triple threat. Right? We're going to talk a little bit about the vignettes that happened on SmackDown because we didn't really talk SmackDown this week. Been a little busy. Right? We're going to talk Penta, Braun Breaker, Judgment Day, IC title. We're going to do a little tribute to Karrion Kross and AJ Styles because that's just funny as hell. And we're going to talk Seth Rollins and maybe a couple other things sprinkled in here and there. Before we get into this, guys, if you guys are liking the content here, make sure you like, share, subscribe down below. Right? In fact, the little icon should pop up right about here. Right? A small click for you, big click for us. We thank you very much for all the support and all the things. But anyway, let's get started here, folks. Make sure you're surprised though on Podbean, all is up too, by the way. Anyway, Doug, what'd you think of Raw? We're talking Cena Cody first. How's things?
Be better if my wife took care of the cords when she moved the printer onto my desk.
Oh, okay.
Little technical difficulties. We're
all
good.
Right.
But okay. So
let's talk about this thing here.
John.
Let's talk John here.
John, I have a message for you, friend.
Yeah. What's your message first?
I have a message for you, John. You called me out, and you know what? I'm willing to forgive you. I'm willing to forgive you. I have been a selfish fan. But for what it's worth, I enjoyed every damn second.
Yeah. I haven't seen this type of let's go Cena sucks in a while. Like
this crowd.
They booed
listen,
the
I know
crap
everyone...
out of this man.
I have 2 quick points here. One,
sure.
This may be the best crowd I've ever heard in my life.
Even as good as France?
Better than France.
Bold statement.
Second. We were kind of very sure the Backlash was going to Mexico City.
Yeah.
Which would have been awesome from a crowd perspective.
Mm-hmm.
But we're doing it in St. Louis.
Okay.
So on the same vein as Cena.
Yep.
Cena Orton main events that show.
All right. So John came out to a slew of boos. Like, I haven't seen this type of booing since Roman Reigns ended the childhood of yours truly here when he beat The Undertaker and just stood there on Raw right after WrestleMania. Like, that was some serious booing. His reasoning, though...
Played them all like puppets.
Yeah, his reasoning, though, was interesting. Very different from, like, as people said before, they compare a lot of it to the Hulk Hogan stuff. And, like, John used the whole, I'm the victim here. I was bullied by you to change and be all these things. I was abused in an abusive relationship with the fans. He changed
was fucking
his style.
Incredible.
Right?
This was
nice, different take.
Incredible. And
Very
the
nice,
fact that he was able to stay straight the whole time. This might be the greatest segment in Raw history.
That's a bold statement as well. We'll come back to that later on.
Oh, no. I'm going to give you my evidence right now.
Sure.
The crowd played right into what John was doing. Like, John's a master at this.
Yeah.
And he had the only angle he could play for justifiably turning his back on the fans is because, I mean, you and I have talked before,
Yeah.
like before we started doing this shit,
Yeah.
about how, John gets so much hate for being the best, right?
Yep.
And it's like, I've always been like, you're not my style, but like, I mean, I'll fuck with you type deal.
Myself, I've said before on here as well as to you in private, I've never really been a John Cena fan. I just never have. Right? Now, as I've gotten older, I've learned to appreciate John Cena a lot more. You know, the fact that he's also a stand-up guy, is a huge thing. Right? But the way he played this off as he's been abused and he guys like it was all an act because he was forced to is a fantastic angle. He was forced to do this, folks. He didn't want to be this way. He was forced to. He even said, "You're not getting." But he also, but the key point though, I thought too, was when he goes, "You're not getting any new music. It's still my voice up there. I'm not changing any of my designs. No more new T-shirts. None of that stuff." And I'll be honest with you, that Belgian shirt looked really nice.
Oh, that's the thing. He's gonna be the same old John Cena because
Yeah.
they're gonna have one of them shirts in every town they go to.
Oh yeah, for sure. It's one of those things. So, but yeah, it's like really interesting, like how he said, like how he changed himself for the people. He never say did it, he never said he did it for the money. Like when Hogan did it, he said he did it for the money and all that crap. Right? John never said that. He just said I changed it for you guys. No matter how much I won, you get a little bit of respect out of you. You just didn't do it.
To be fair though, like man to man, I feel you, John.
Yeah.
Sometimes you could give everybody the world, and it's just never enough.
But thing is though, like, and the thing is though too, like, and they're out there too, like, oh, he's playing this like abusive, he was abused. There's a lot of truth in this, though. There's a lot of truth in it, right? How many times over the year in his 25-year career, when he turned to Dr. Thumbnomics, he was a heel for a bit, turned face, and when he started winning all the time, how many people all the time even said, "We heard it tonight. Let's go, Cena. Cena sucks."
And the
There's a
thing
lot of
is,
truth to
like,
what he was saying. It's not like he
and
was
they've
like
played
crap.
into it.
Yeah, like there's a lot. Like the loudest I've heard anybody cheer for John over the number of years is when he showed up in Toronto in Money in the Bank, and then when he showed up at when he was at Elimination Chamber in Toronto. Right, those are the two loudest I've ever heard John Cena live. Right, like loud, like no boos, no Cena sucks crap, simple straight cheering John Cena. Right? And then it changed on Elimination Chamber, right? But now you're seeing more of the boos. Like it's very interesting. Like I'm interested to see where this goes. But Cody comes out
And
and
they sang his entire song almost louder than the speaker was playing it.
yeah,
And I know Austin was over, dude.
yeah.
But Austin was never over in front of this many people at a time.
If their plan was to make John Cena, so have John Cena make Cody Rhodes into the biggest babyface the company has seen since Austin, just succeeded.
Yeah.
Literally succeeded. Because
And
Cody Rhodes is more
I would
over
argue,
than I almost say Roman Reigns at this point.
with all due
Almost.
respect, to Stone Cold Steve Austin,
Yeah.
this era of dudes is drawing like triple what they were drawing back then.
Yeah.
This is the hottest wrestling has ever been.
Different time
And
period. different time period. I would argue it's just different time period, but we'll go with what you have.
Well, I would say because the accessibility of it.
Yeah, it's a different time
More
period.
people, more people are watching. Like, it's getting like hundreds of millions of views every week,
Yep.
right?
Yeah,
Some even in the billion, right? It's insane.
it is. More
The
people know
amount
who
of
Cody
engage,
Rhodes is now.
the amount of engagement, right?
Yeah. Like,
which is why I'm saying, like, Cody may turn into the biggest star ever in pro wrestling.
it's hard to say that considering a certain individual who's no longer running the company knew the numbers then. And even he said that Austin sold the most merch anyway. Now, it's like, as far as merch sales go, it's Austin, I think John, Roman, and Cody's somewhere underneath,
Hmm.
I think, Jey Uso at this point. But I
Yeah.
think Cody's slowly riding up. But when you look at guys, the most popular people over the time, we'll say over the past 40 years in wrestling, we'll say 40 years. Okay.
Yep.
The biggest names, right? And the most over, that's terms like, is probably Hogan, Austin, Rock, Roman, and now Cody. Is that fair to say top five? Right? I know a lot of people might say, well, what about Ric Flair? Unless you're under that, unless you're under that Manson Nixon line in the US there, not a lot of people really cared who Ric Flair was. Even when he came up to WWE in the early 90s. Because you had Hogan there, you had Savage there, right? But more down south, the WCW area, right? NWA, that was more Ric Flair.
Oh, I
Overall,
know.
through an all over piece over the entire world.
Yep.
More people know who The Rock, Austin, John Cena, and Roman Reigns are compared to Elva. And Cody's coming up to that echelon.
Absolutely.
So, I mean, it's going to be a hell of a match. I'm going to stick, though, too, because I almost feel that they're going to turn Cody at some point, and it's going to be just as bad as John, if not worse.
The thing is they're going to do it when the time is right. They've learned from Roman Reigns' success.
Yeah.
They've learned from John Cena's success.
Yeah. Although I found it interesting, though, one thing, though, just to, before we move on, Cody did say,
Well,
though, he doesn't want this whiny John Cena. He wants the John Cena everybody knows. Hustle, loyalty, respect, that John Cena at WrestleMania, not the one he's crying.
but Cody's just being an asshole
Yeah.
because now you completely invalidate everything he's saying
Yeah.
just by calling him a whiny bitch,
Yeah. Fair enough.
right? When that man was speaking like he was preaching,
Yep. He,
right?
like I said, there's a lot of truth in everything. A lot of truth. There's a lot of truth in what he said.
Yep.
And to be honest with you, nobody can sit there and say that's not true what he said because it was true. The whole thing was true
Yep.
for a good 15 years or 20 years. When John Cena was on top of the WWE, everybody who was over the age of 30 booed John Cena. And everyone who was younger, under the age of 30, cheered John Cena.
Yeah.
So line,
And
comment down below.
and that's the thing. Like, I've loved watching John Cena.
He's had
I
some
always
great
have.
matches over the years. He's had some duds, but he's had some great matches.
Yeah.
His matches with
See,
Randy, Edge.
as a guy, listen, hold on. Like, as a guy who couldn't afford to watch many pay-per-views,
Yep.
I was like just like a Raw weekly watcher,
Yep.
and you know, I didn't care so much about what happened at the pay-per-view.
Yeah.
I just wanted to see what followed up. And like, yeah, Cena's had some really good ones on Raw,
Yeah.
but they're not all going to be great, which is fine. It's the fact that you fast forward to now,
Yeah.
and if you think that this WrestleMania is not going to be even bigger than last year, they're doing a fucking European tour in the middle of WrestleMania season.
Yeah. Normally that's after WrestleMania.
After, yes,
I will say this though too before we do move on. Finally, John Cena. You know, for years people have said John Cena's buried people. That may be true to a degree, but the one thing too though is he's made people better. Example. Look what he's done with Cody right now. He's elevated Cody to be that upper echelon face, big time face of the company. But what he also did, let's go back a few years when he came back for a little bit, when they were pushing Roman Reigns to be this huge baby face. And he came back and said, the words said, I have to come back because you can't do your job. What happened to Roman
oh,
Reigns after that?
that okay.
That was
Actually,
that was one of the fundamental keys to
hold,
where you see
don't,
now.
don't. No, let's not get this twisted.
I'm just saying.
Hold the fucking phone.
I'm holding the phone on it. It's 100%. It was the imprint of what became of the Roman Reigns. He got better at the mic skills, got
That
better at the
feud,
promos, all that stuff.
listen, that feud happened in October of 2017.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Yeah.
October of 2017.
Yep.
Roman Reigns, after 2017, became even more insufferable leading into 2018
Mm-hmm.
and became even more insufferable.
Yep.
And then he had leukemia,
Mm-hmm.
went away, comes back, was even more insufferable,
Yep.
had the dog food thing with Baron Corbin,
Yeah.
pandemic, then the tribal chief.
No, but it started the imprint of it. That's what I'm saying.
Well, I mean, I just think it's at the time it was true.
Mm-hmm.
And you look at Roman now, or even look at him 4 years later when Cena came back at SummerSlam.
Yep.
Um, and by that time, Roman had been everything that John
Yep.
ran down about him in that promo in 2017,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
That's the way I see it.
Hmm.
That's just continuity purposes, I suppose.
Moving on. We'll leave
Yep.
it at that. Io Sky, Bianca Belair had a contract signed tonight. See, so obviously the contract signing. You think it would turn out normal? No, it didn't turn out normal. In fact, Rhea Ripley showed up.
Can I take it from here?
Sure.
And Rhea Ripley goes into the Shawn Michaels playbook.
Yep.
This is exactly how Shawn Michaels got inserted at WrestleMania 20.
Mm-hmm.
This exact fucking angle.
Yep.
The only difference is playing the role of Chris Benoit is Bianca Belair, and Io Sky playing the role of Triple H.
Fair enough. Good assessment.
Okay, Rhea takes out Bianca.
She headbutted her after they were arguing. Before
Yeah,
before Bianca Belair
because
slapped Io
and
out of the way.
poor Io's just trying to get her respect here.
Absolutely.
And so Bianca gets flattened on the table, and then Io gets powerbombed through Bianca through the table.
Table didn't break.
Oh yeah, I am the table.
Yeah.
Shut up, Matthew.
They became one of the tables.
Yep.
Then Rhea signed
And
the contract.
Rhea signed the contract.
And ran off like a child, laughing about it.
And it's also in the John Cena playbook, by the way.
Yeah. So
Dolph Ziggler or Finn Balor was supposed to face Roman Reigns at SummerSlam. Baron Corbin takes out Finn Balor. And John Cena takes out Baron Corbin. And John Cena signs the contract.
yeah, good throwback stuff though.
Yep.
But so it looks like we're heading for a three-way on this one. They advocate Pierce, Postman Pierce decided to catch up with Rhea Ripley. She was laughing about it. My name's on the contract. I do it. Eventually, Bianca Belair attacks Rhea Ripley. Io Sky then attacks Rhea Ripley, attacks Belair at the same time too. Eventually, Rhea runs off. They all walk off. This is turned into a triple threat. That's what we're going with it.
That's what tonight confirmed.
Pretty much. And
It didn't need it, but
you know what? You need to. It maybe.
I just don't want Io to be the fall girl.
I think Io's going to win this.
Actually, that'd be awesome.
I think Io's going to win this.
That'd be
I think it
awesome.
makes the most sense for Io Sky to win this match out of the whole thing to earn the respect.
Yeah.
I think that's exactly how it's going to play out. Io wants her respect. She's going to beat both girls.
I got that. I like that.
I think that's what's going to happen. Moving on. We're going to talk about the Penta Breaker Judgment Day stuff.
Are
Because
they gonna give us Braun versus Penta for the IC title at Mania?
it's either going to be that or it's going to be Braun, Penta, or it's going to be a four-way. Braun, Penta, Finn, Dom.
And then that's where Dom gets kicked out of the Judgment Day.
I think Dom wins the IC title.
Or sorry, that's where Finn gets kicked out of the Judgment Day.
Yeah. I think Dom wins the title.
That'd be dope.
Because
And then you have Penta chase Dom.
Because you had Dom mention today about Penta becoming joint part of the Judgment Day, and Finn didn't like it. Right?
Mm-hmm.
At the end of the show, Penta gave the belt to Braun Breaker and looked at each other, and Breaker held it up, and Penta left. I think Penta is going to face Breaker, but I think there's going to be Dom and Finn in there, or they're going to do Finn versus Dom at Mania. Because you can't have Dom face his dad again.
No.
That's been done like 2 years in a row.
Yeah, exactly.
So, but I can see that happening. I can see it either being a four-way for that title, or it's going to be Breaker versus Penta for the IC title.
Yeah.
Right? So, that's what's probably going to happen there, I think. But who knows? We still have several weeks away to go on this one. Who knows what's going to happen? Let's see everything unfold for the next couple of weeks. Because there's a lot of things going to happen. Seth Rollins promo.
Here's this damn triple threat that nobody wanted, but now everyone has.
Yeah, nobody wants that crap at all. Just give us Roman versus Seth.
I just think there's money in the singles matches between them all.
Seth versus Roman is a match that I would rather see. You don't need to have Punk in there. But then again, we haven't seen SmackDown yet. So let's not jump to conclusions yet.
SmackDown's in Italy?
SmackDown is in Italy. And Seth's going to show up on SmackDown to talk to Roman and Punk. So.
Man, I will say to the Italians, you guys have your work cut out for you.
Yep.
After what the Belgians put on tonight.
Oh, absolutely.
This European tour, dude, is this will make WrestleMania feel like the biggest show ever.
I think that's what they're trying to do. They're gonna try to. They saw how big 40 was. I mean, they've always tried to always top WrestleMania,
Hmm.
right? But I feel because of last year how big 40 was, they want to see if they could top 40, and they're probably going to succeed. The fact that you have arguably right now the biggest heel in the company, John Cena, I guess the biggest babyface of the company, Cody is well enough for people to watch it. So, right, but Seth's going to show up
This is
down
the
there.
buddy. WrestleMania is like 4 weeks away,
Probably going to happen in 4 weeks.
and I'm excited because it's Easter weekend.
Is that Easter weekend?
Yes,
Guess who booked off for 3 days?
there you go. Maybe nobody realized it was Easter that weekend.
I didn't.
Well, breaking news. Easter's in late April this year.
Yeah, I booked off the Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I didn't realize it was Easter at all. Nope, I just focused on it being WrestleMania. I had no idea it was Easter here in Canada. Well,
Oh, no, it's not just Easter here in Canada.
it's Easter all over
It's
the place, yeah.
Easter in many, many countries.
Well, no backseas now.
Shep is going to be pissed when he realizes.
Oh, Duff Tinney said the kitty, but the milk went dry. Jesus. I had no idea it was Easter. I was like, I literally put down when I said I was gonna I literally put down like the book off work. I was like, WrestleMania. That's all I said. I had no clue it was even Easter.
Anyways, I would have rathered Roman Seth.
Yeah, so did I.
But the fact that the favor is going to pay off wasted here instead of getting Punk a championship.
That's taking the pin either way.
I don't know.
That's taking the pin. But you know though, as well to a lighter note though, let's talk about our happy-go-lucky Karrion Kross and AJ Styles segment of this week because that was just fantastic. So AJ Styles had a conversation with, I believe it's Kathy Kelly. She's talking about his stuff with Logan Paul. Karrion Kross comes up and says he might have a word. Right? He's like, fine. And Karrion Kross drops AJ Styles with this. He goes, is it possible that you really don't hate Logan Paul? That you more or less just hate yourself? And before you can even finish, AJ's like, that's it, I'm out. Right? Kross pulls him back in and says, no. Hear me out here. Right? It took you how many years to get to WWE? He goes 17. And it took Logan Paul, what, 3? Maybe you just hate yourself. Styles doesn't want to believe it. Karrion Kross looks at the camera and goes, I think he knows. He believes it. Karrion Kross is a gem right now.
He needs to be protected at all costs. That man is a national treasure.
That man is hilarious. Absolutely stop. And to be honest with you, I want him to have a match at WrestleMania, and please, for the love of God, do it with AJ Styles.
Yes, please. The person that could probably make him look best.
Yeah. Please, do it with AJ Styles.
I really think it's going to be AJ and Logan Paul.
Yeah, so do I, unfortunately. I'd rather see, well, put Kross in there as a special guest referee. I don't care.
That'd be hilarious.
That'd be funny as hell. That'd be absolutely comical.
Have you ever seen the video of Kross breaking 3 baseball bats with a heel hook?
Yes. Man's legitimate.
That man is scary.
It is. He's legitimately scary. But the nicest guy on the planet, though. He's really nice.
Anyways.
Let's talk about before we get more into a little bit of Raw here, because there's not much left to really talk about there. So on SmackDown, we had just talked about SmackDown this week due to the fact that I was, like I said, very busy with my own career, all stuff there. So we're obviously trying to make this a full-time career, folks. But hey, anyway, two vignettes popped up. One was obvious, which was Ray Phoenix. So he is obviously coming very soon, from what I can understand. And the other one was a very dark one, featuring number 4. Word is it is Aleister Black or Malachi Black, depending on which one he goes to. I'm assuming it would be Aleister for SmackDown. That makes the most sense. Lena Vega is on SmackDown, if I'm correct. Right? And
I don't even think that would matter, but still.
but the return of these two guys, well, the return of Aleister Black and the debut of Phoenix. So obviously it looks like they're going to keep Phoenix and Penta away
I
from each other for a
and I
bit.
love it. I love it.
Yeah.
They're not gonna see each other until like they either A, do a show in Mexico, or B, the Royal Rumble
Rumble. Rumble
or
would probably be
Survivor
most logical.
Series,
Yeah.
right? And you don't even like have them interact at all, right?
Oh.
They're just both grinding away, right? Penta's
Yep.
like IC champion by the time Phoenix gets in.
Yep.
But don't worry, you'll get that Lucha Brothers run. It's just gonna
Oh, for
probably
sure.
take them 9 months or so.
Oh yeah. I think they might do something maybe next WrestleMania for them.
Yep.
Probably the most logical sense. But Aleister Black returning would be very interesting. Question is, where would you put him in that roster? Because like you have Roman there, you have Randy there, Kevin, Sammy. Or you can continue with that Dark Father thing they were starting to do with him before they cut him. Don't know. I'm definitely interested to see Aleister Black back.
Yeah. I
Uh,
mean, also shout out to the Street Profits winning
yeah,
back the tag titles.
yeah. That tag team the tag team titles and the SmackDown brand are going to be defended by in WrestleMania and probably a Fatal 4-Way ladder.
Oh yeah, they love to do that with the tag titles.
Yeah,
Just to throw like eight people out there and just like
yeah,
go nuts for 15 minutes.
yeah. They're probably going to do like a ladder match with the Motion Machine Guns, DIY, Street Profits, and probably Pretty Deadly.
Yeah, probably.
More than likely, right? Uh, also on the
Because isn't Pretty Deadly the number one contender?
yes, for Street Profits now. Um, also on
Because
the
they
card
won
tonight.
last week, right?
Yes, they did.
Yeah.
Also, we had Dakota Kai ended up being Ivy Nile with interference. Well, Chad Gable kind of it's called Chad Gable kind of got in the way, caused Ivy Nile to lose in a sense. Along because also what's it? LWO came down with Rey Mysterio and
Dragon
Dragon
Lee.
Lee, who later on came down and faced the Creed brothers, and they ended up being the Creed brothers. So I don't know where this whole thing with American Made's going. I have no idea. It seemed to be a giant joke at this point. So
Yep.
no idea. Like it was promising to begin with, and then it just turned right. The guy got flushed down the crap like a nugget.
Yeah, well,
Yeah, that's where we are with that. I don't have much else to say about that. To be honest, with you.
yeah,
Penta the Night actually ended up beating Ludwig Kaiser earlier in the night.
yeah, that was I mean, a lot of assists from the steel chair.
Yep. And
Um, I
Jay
just wanted to
Uso.
mention before we go,
Want to talk Jay Uso beating the crap out of Austin Theory really quickly?
Jason beat him with a crossbody. What are you talking about?
Beat him quickly.
Yeah, I know. I don't know.
Who knows?
I mean, he finally got the upper hand on Gunther.
He did.
I don't know. There's going to be 4 more weeks of this cat and mouse bullshit.
There is. Although, like, make sure. Actually, you do what you gotta do there because I was gonna mention about tomorrow watching NXT probably tomorrow. Find out from Let Stephanie Vick here what they're going to do with the titles. I'm assuming they're going to do both. So
Yeah.
find out from there. Right? Stephanie Vick here. So, anything else you got there, buddy?
No, that's about it, man. I mean, yeah, let's just sign off.
All right. Well then, that's all Doug has to say here. That's all I got to say here, guys. Thank you for watching here. This is Da. This is Da Wrestling. I'm Andrew. That's Doug. Make sure you follow us on all our socials there at AMP1982 and D Lines 1991. That is on X. We also have our personal private ones, by the way. So no weird crazy stuff. DA Wrestling is our regular one too, or DA Sports Pod, whichever one you want to do. Look it up on X or there too. Make sure you follow us there on and subscribe there on YouTube and Podbean as well as Spotify, guys. Little click by there. Small click for you guys there. Big click for us. Like I said earlier. Right? And we already do our on TikTok there. We do have an Instagram thing, but I'm not really on this. So it's not really that big of a deal. Anyway, guys, we thank you very much there. You have yourself a wonderful night there. That was Raw. Watch out for tomorrow for NXT. Maybe coming tomorrow night or Wednesday sometime. Have a go with there. Doug, last words?
Catch you on the road.
Guardi Leviosa. Guardi Leviosa, damn it.